What's up, people? How are you doing today? Have you ever taken a risk that made you feel like you were crazy, like you had lost your complete and whole mind? If this is you, you want to hear you want to be a part of today's show and view it because we're going to be talking about, are you crazy? How far are you willing to go for your dreams? And let me just say this up front. If you are not willing to look crazy, I don't think you are applicable or a good candidate for dream fulfillment. There's not a lot of ego. There's not a lot of pride when you get down in the dirty for your dreams. And I just want to share my story with you guys today. I want to maybe encourage you to show you what it looks like to get here on this couch and how many ups and downs and setbacks and turnarounds and good God Almighty, just to make it to this couch to talk to you. And I'm not even there yet. There's still a ways to go. I mean, you got to have longevity to do this. You got to have, well, you know what the Bible says, long suffering to get to where you're trying to go. And if you're trying to get there like quick, I don't know if you are thinking about it properly. Now, there are some people that get quote unquote lucky, but they still have to go through the journey. It's just they go through the journey in front of everybody. But most people go through this journey or this testing or this trying before they even hit the main stage. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, all on Conscious Culture Wednesday. Hey, Daryl, how are you doing, man? Hope you're well. We're going to run a quick commercial. And then when we come back, I'm just going to go down the timeline and I'm going to talk to y'all about this thing called Are You Crazy? All right, be right back. I would love for you to join our email community. In the description box of this video is a link. You click it, put your name and email address in the information, press submit, and you are going to be a part of our email community. But guess what? You got to check your spam box because there's a double opt-in. So you got to confirm that you truly meant to sign up. Would you like to be notified every time we go live? There's a simple way to do that. Join our free text club. All you got to do is text V Terrell Hill to this number, 833-458-3658. You just text it. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. All right, this is the last announcement, and then we're going back to the content. I am gifted to help people become their best self, and I want to offer you a free consultation. There has never been one person that has had a free consultation with me that did not leave better than when they came, all right? All of that information I just went over is in the description box connected to this video. All right, let's get back to the content. All right, welcome to Conscious Culture Wednesday. Now, speaking of Conscious Culture Wednesday, I got to go fast today because we have a private live at 8:30 p.m. inside of the private community of Safe Space, and it's Conscious Culture, the actual show. It's a private community conversation by the community, with the community. Thomas Bristow leads that conversation up over there. I'm going to be on the panelists. We're short-staffed today. The producer can't. The producer that produces that show won't be available today. One of the moderators that helped Thomas won't be available today. So it's going to be Thomas and myself. So I'm liable to go over there and just be crazy, being that we're short-staffed anyway. All right, so I got to go fast today because we're going over there. It's going to be a really good conversation. I know we're talking about the gay Sunday school teacher who was kicked out of the church, Glen Arden First Baptist Church, and some other stuff they got lined up over there. So we'll talk about that when we get over there. All right, I'm going to start in 2018, but the reality is it started well before 2018. Let me tell you this. My first crazy move was in 2003. I was pastoring a church at 23 years old. And I felt like I wasn't old enough or mature enough to pastor. So I left the church out of nowhere and joined someone else's church. Hey, yo, B, how you doing? Hey, Terry, how you doing? Thanks for talking to me. So I just out of nowhere, I quit pastoring and joined someone's church whom I thought could get me where I was trying to go. And the church that I was pastoring, my dad was overseeing it. And so my dad was like, have you lost your mind? I didn't know then. I wish I knew what I knew then. I wish I knew then what I know now. But I didn't know then. You got to do something crazy to get where you want to go. Now, I stayed in that church from 2003 to 2016. It was a horrible experience. Horrible. But What did I learn in that horrible experience? Production. I learned how to video edit, how to audio edit. I learned how to get loans for small businesses. I learned almost everything I make money off of right now. I learned in that experience. And there are some of you, you're tied to a construct like family, like, hey, Cookie, how you doing? You're tied to a construct like family, like zip code, because some of you don't belong in your zip code. You are not going to grow like you want to grow in your current zip code. Some of you gotta stay near mama, just gotta stay. And you don't realize your lack of risk taking is capping you off from some of your biggest, most effective lessons. I'm going to say this. If it don't have risk to it, I don't know if it's worth it. And I'm going to say this. Yes, we can learn from good and bad experiences. Absolutely, Terry. Now, I'm going to say this right here. And I'm not, this is off script, but let me say this and then I'm going to get to this timeline, I think, because I can't be on here long today. You know where I learned that lesson the most from? If it does not have risk, it's not worth it. A mistake I made. When I started my private community, I didn't have, but like, I don't think I even had 1,000 followers yet. All right, just hit 1,000 followers. And I told those that were following me at the time, June 2022, I said, right when I hit 1,000, I said, hey, if you are connected to my voice and there's something about me you want to connect to, text, it was at the time, V. Terrell Hill to the 8334. No, text safe space to 8334 for da-da-da-da-da, right? Well, they texted. I had a meeting and I told them about the private community and I told them, hey, here's what it's going to take to join it. And then at the end, I told them, because you believed in me, I'll give it to you for free forever, as long as you do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. Now, what happened with that was the majority of the people that drained all the benefits from Safe Space, as soon as they got full and burped, they left. And most of them left without telling me they left. Now, whose fault was that? It was mine. I should have never did it free in the first place. No matter how valuable the content I was putting over there, because I made it for free, it devalued it. I hope entrepreneurs are listening to me right now, because you're discounting your prices and don't know that you're devaluing your product in the eyes of the consumer. I'm going to say that again. If you are an entrepreneur and you consistently discount your prices, you are devaluing your product in the eyes of the consumer. Because there are new people that have come to Safe Space that pay, that DM me. Somebody was just DM me. I couldn't read it today, about how they're enjoying it. And one lady said that how I prophesied to her on Thursday and how it changed her whole life and da 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 da. But the ones that got it for free are some of the ones that got it for free. Why? I devalued it. All right. So that's a lesson there. At any rate, let me get to my timeline. All right. In 2018, I left Larry Reed Live, first risk. And I left the entire community. And I was Ubering full time and I moved into a particular type of apartment. Why did I move into that type of apartment? Because the lease I was on, for those of us that were roommates, it was easier just to go to the same property management company. But all of those apartments were high end. So I could just go in there, fill out the application, get approved immediately, because we had great payment history, right? And my credit was, but the payment history was good. So I moved into an apartment that I could not afford, but I was dying in that community. So I did it. I took a risk on me and I Ubered 12 hours a day just to pay that rent. And then, all right, now here's where it gets good. Now y'all remember the keep them punks out your basement, all you old school T.S. Madison followers. Unfortunately, Kai was, oh boy, anyway. So at the same time, I had just created a connection with T.S. Madison, and I left the Larry Reed Live platform and was able to lateral over to contracting with T.S. Madison. And one day, because she used to do those shows that Monday, and it would start at 10 p.m., and sometimes we wouldn't get home till like 1 a.m. Tuesday morning. And so I had got home late, and I had texted a friend, is like, I'm looking for a job. I need a job. And Matt Abels called me and he's like, send me your resume. So I sent it. I woke up the next morning with the vice president saying, hey, may I speak to Vincent Hill? I was like, yeah, who is this? This is da-da-da-da from AIB Network. I jumped up. She said, can you come in tomorrow for an interview? I said, yes. I went to the interview the next day, left the interview, went back to TS's house because we were doing some troubleshooting. They called me the same day saying, be to work at 8:30 tomorrow morning. I had to finish the job. Target closed at 10. I left her house at 9:30, shot to the Target in Conyers, bought some random clothes, and was there at 8:30 in the morning. Now, I told y'all yesterday, now this is V Terrell here. This is Vincent Terrell Buddha Hill at this point. I'm traveling. I'm hailing Ubers. I wasn't driving at the time. And people would be like, the Uber driver would be like, you Buddha? And I'd be like, yeah. I was at a Target and whatnot, and we would be at the mall. The people are taking pictures with us. Now, so, I'm a little like puffed up and ego. And I go to this job, and she's walking me around, and she says she's going to take me to my workstation. So I'm thinking, oh, well, okay, there's an office. We passing offices. She takes me to the back of the building, a door hardly no one uses, and takes me to an old, dingy, unused reception desk. Said, you can put your bag here. I said, okay, well, we must be going to my office. We kept on going. So sooner or later, I said, ma'am, that desk I left my bag at, is that where I'll be working? She was like, yeah. I said, oh my God, what have I done? That job was $15.96 an hour, and I was staying in Buckhead, Atlanta, Georgia. So I would go to work in the daytime and Uber at night just to make ends meet. Now, what happened was, hold on. And William McCray claims he got you fired, lying. Yeah, that's a lie. And let me tell you, if he keeps on saying that, I'm going to post my resignation letter that's dated November 2020 in the community wall just to pick on him, just to make him look stupid. But that's not even true. So anyway, then let me tell y'all what happened. Now, the Larry Live show is gospel adjacent. So there would be gospel artists that would come through the television station for interviews that would see me stocking the bathrooms with toilet tissue. And there was a little gray cart that you have to roll around. And I remember it was Jacqueline Carr and her father, who was a manager, whom I had already did some work for. So I was noticeable. He spoke to me. But he spoke to me this time, not in a place of power and with a cart with toilet tissue on it. And I had to lift up my I had to talk to myself, Vincent. Don't you worry about it. I caught my breath a little bit. 6 months later, I talked them into creating a position for me that gave me almost double my salary and gave me an office job, believing in me. All right. Now I'm going to fast forward. Now the lease in that high-end department is up, and I'm saying to myself, ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to renew this lease, and I'm not staying nowhere nice. I'm going to go somewhere that I don't like because I just want to save money. Now, everybody has a standard, all right? I'm talking about my standard. Everybody has their standard. I'm talking about my standard. I chose a place that was beneath my standard, but not because I was trying to save money. The reality is I was making a move in fear. The rent was only $4 more than what I was paying at the high-end place. And would you guys believe I was late all the time? It was like I could not gather the money. And that was when I learned lesson number one. You do not make moves out of fear. You will push away your productivity and you will push away your profitability when you move in fear. Now, if I would have made a conscious decision to budget down to a place that was better serving my budget, that's different. But I didn't even look at my budget. I was only moving in fear and had the hardest time paying that rent. All right. So I hope y'all are getting these lessons here. Let me see. Where am I at here? Let me keep on going. Oh, and I remember because I got notes on my phone here. I remember at the reception desk, and Matt Abels, who was aware of the brand, would walk past me, and I'd be like, "Thanks for calling AIB. How may I help you?" And then one time he cussed me out. Do you know who you blank is? You Vincent Terrell Buddha Hill. You answer these phones. Go tell these people who you are. They need some talent like you in front of the cameras. But let me tell you this: If you don't, if you really, really don't believe in yourself, you will cheat yourself out of opportunities. Here I am, a decently known media personality, hiding behind a reception desk. Now, why are you telling this, Vince? I'm telling this because when I do these shows, I'm talking to someone. I'm talking to the person that's like, oh my God, he's talking to me. Because a lot of times we tell the story as if we didn't give up. We tell the story as if we didn't get depressed. We tell the story as if we dotted every I and crossed every T, and it don't help people. But I got to help somebody that is shrinking behind a reception desk, a title, a social construct, a zip code, or a credit score. You know you're bigger than your situation. Do not shrink. Where I am right now, I should have been 2, 3, 4 years ago. That's right, Terry. It's very costly financially and spiritually moving out of fear. Where I am right now, I could have been here. But I want y'all to hear me. No pun intended. Your here or your there is waiting on you to arrive. God is not holding your there back. Your arrival is not being held back by the devil. It's by your belief. Now, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please, 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 please do me that favor. All right, let me keep on going here. So then I worked that job. I worked a T.S. Madison job, and I Ubered for about 6 months until I created a position inside of AIB. And it doubled my salary. Now watch this. It doubled my salary. It gave me a cush job. So what did I do? I got comfortable in it. I wasn't trying to push. I wasn't trying to grow my brand. I was just comfortable. Like, all right, whatever. All right, good. I'm in a place now where when the gospel folks come, now they got to come by my office. So it's like, okay, I look good, though I am not at my full. Oh boy. Let me tell you this. Do not get lost in looking good so much that you fail to grow to your fullest potential. Because I had a great title and a decent job with a really nice office, I didn't stretch. Or rather, it took me longer than it should to stretch. All right. So then what happens is now I'm ready. I'm thinking like, you know what? This ain't it. I need a lateral. But let me say this first. Where was I at? Okay. So then I feel like I remember telling T.S. Madison, because at the time, and I need to be careful how I say this, but at the time, after that Kaya stuff happened, people sort of dispersed a little bit, and she had to build that. Now, let me say, Maddie built that thing back up. Maddie did a good job. But I remember saying to myself, I'm going to hang around here and help Maddie out until she get her television contract. Now, the talks of the contract happened before COVID. Yeah, before COVID happened. So it looked like it was going to happen. I was like, oh, okay, good job, Vince. You helped her out. Now, somebody would say that's notable, but remind you, I was supposed to be in front of the camera. So I'm hiding behind a good cushy job, and I'm hiding behind, I'm just going to help somebody else. So then I let that go. Now, that money was needed for my budget, but I felt it was over. So I made another move. All right. Then right after that, somebody calls me and is like, hey, such and such church needs your help. Can you run their media department? Well, not at the time run it, but just be a part of it. I said, yep, and was doing that. But it was like the universe was saying, you're too comfortable. You're too comfortable. So then there was a high rise across from AIB, Sky House at the time. And I always look at that place. I'm like, I want to stay there. I want to be the kind of person that stay there. Mind you, I'm in this place I hate. So I called over there. Now I want y'all to see how this worked. I called over there and I asked them, I said, what is the qualifications for moving in this high rise? And they told me, and I didn't have none of it. So there was a financial guru that was being interviewed at AIB. I pulled him in the green room. I closed the door. I said, listen, I need you to help me get my credit score up and get my money right because I want to move over there and buy a Mercedes. Now, mind you, I didn't have nothing in my life that says that I needed to be moving and buying a Mercedes. But at this point, I'm starting to come into myself a little bit. And so let me say this as another teachable lesson. You're not going to get there quick. You got to take your, can y'all put that in the comments? Take your time. Lord have mercy. It's not going to always come quick. Take your time. Take your time. So I'm starting to feel myself a little bit. So he said, okay, I'll mentor you financially. He told me everything you do. I did it, got my credit score up. I applied for the place, right? Now, remember, now my lease in the place I hated was up in April 2020. All right. April 2020 is April 2019. Yeah, April 2020. I'm sorry. My lease is up and it's time for me to move. But guess what else happened March 2020? COVID happened. So now I'm thinking, what's going to happen with my life? Because they were talking about shutting the television station down. So all of a sudden, I'm making a decent check at the church. I'm making a decent check with the television station, and I got some one-off clients, so I'm doing good. Now, COVID hit, and they talking about shutting the television station down, and then they shut the church down. The church, I was making $1,600 a month. Thank y'all. Take my time. Okay, I'm going to take my time. Thank you. I'm trying to rush because I got a private show in my private community at 8:30. But maybe they can wait on me. I was making $1,600 a month at the time. That was great money. At the church, I was making a full-on salary. At the television station, I'm chilling. Then I apply for the place like in February. The high-rise get approved. They shut Atlanta down in March. Now it's time for me to move, and I'm thinking, maybe I need to stay here a couple of months, let COVID brush over because I had no idea COVID was going to do what COVID did. And then I'll move. And y'all, what did I remember? I remember, thank you, Lamont. Please hit the like and subscribe because I'm caught up in this story. I'm not following none of the rules today. And I don't have any help today either. And I remember saying to myself, now here's another key, guys. Remember what happened when you cheated yourself in your current place. A part I'm leaving out is my overall budget was going to go up $500 a month by making that move. I had to pay for parking. I had to pay for this. I had to downsize because it was a smaller place. So I either stay where I'm at and make sure that my job is secured. I just lost the $1,600 a month from the church, or I take the risk and move into the high rise. It's going to cost me $500 more. But I remembered the fear. And I said, I can't make no more mistakes. I'm just going to move. Y'all, that move, I hope y'all are hearing what I'm about to say now. That move changed my entire life. I cannot explain it other than you need to have some type of exposure to something bigger than you. Lord have mercy. You need to have some type of exposure to something bigger than you. I signed the lease to that place. And from the moment I got the keys, it was like my inside said, bigger, bigger, bigger. You got to do it bigger. You got to do it bigger, V. Come on, bro. This is who you are. Woo. Now, I'm not saying, leave where you at, but how about go do apartment tours? Go to the high-end homes, do the open houses and walk around and sniff the air. I'm telling you, that exposure will change your consciousness. So I moved into that high rise. It was on the 19th floor, apartment 1906, as a matter of fact, overlooking the city. And I tell y'all this, in that unit, remember I was telling y'all in the not so good unit, I had a hard time paying rent. I was late once the entire year I was there. And that was because I forgot to transfer the money out of my rent account to my expense account. Why? My vibration got lifted. Some of you, your productivity is hindered because you're in a low vibrational space. And you can't move now, but once a week, go over there to the nice Barnes and Nobles on the other side of town and let that vibration get in you. Every once in a while, go to the high-end store and just look around. Don't worry about what you got on. Don't you worry about it. Don't worry about what you got on. Just go. Why you say that, V. Terrell Hill? Because remember, I wanted to move into the high-rise and then get the Mercedes. So now I got the high-rise. Now it's time for the Mercedes. I called Navy Federal. They was like, bruh, you done lost your mind. No. I said, bet. Someone had a rental car, and it was a C-Class Mercedes, and the rental car was new. The car was new. I took the new tags, I shouldn't have, off of that car, put it on my altar, went to the Mercedes place, test drove the car around, and left those tags on my altar. Then let me tell you what I did, y'all. Now, I had filed bankruptcy in 2016, one of them, 17-1. So when I filed bankruptcy, they picked up my car, and then I bought a Chevrolet Cruze, 2017 Chevrolet Cruze. It was no tent. It was a stick shift. I don't even know if the windows were automatic, and I called it my bankruptcy car. And now I'm looking at this car saying, this car does not fit my vibration anymore. I want a new car. So what did I do? I went to CarMax, sold that car to CarMax. Now, what'd you do next? I waited. What you mean? I sold my car and didn't have a car. Oh, no, because you was going to buy a car in 2 weeks. No, I had no plans to buying a car. All I knew was that car don't serve me no more. I hope somebody is listening to what I am saying. You got to be sensitive to the vibration. So then I flew to North Carolina. My mom was like, all right, you can use my car. Now, mind you, I'm sure at this point, remember the title, Are You Crazy? My parents are like, have you lost your mind? And I remember when I sold my car, I was working, we was doing augmented services at that church. And they were like, well, Terrell, what you going to do? I don't know. So Terrell, you just going to just ride your mama's car? I was like, yep. Crazy? Have you lost your mind? I have. And one day I was driving my mama's car for a week. I woke up, I wanted a Tesla, so I test drove a Tesla. And I woke up one day and I said, it's time for me to drive a car. It's time for me to buy a car. I went to work, because you don't ever look for cars on your dime. You go on their dime and look for. I went to work, put my bags down, and went to doing. I saw a white, and I had a vision that I was going to buy a white Mercedes. And then somebody came to me and said, I see you in a white Mercedes. I saw it was the nicest white Mercedes on that lot, rims and all. I said, I want that car. I called them people. I called Navy Federal back. Now I want y'all to listen to this now. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please do me a favor, because I just want to tell the story. I want to have to do that work. So y'all do it for me. I called Navy Federal back, and I was like, I want to buy this car. Now the guy was telling me, sir, let's just run the credit. I was like, no, I want it through Navy Federal because they told me no, and I don't like to be told no. I want it through Navy Federal. So they was like, all right, I gave Navy Federal my information. All that day, I'm waiting on Navy Federal. Now watch this. Now, imposter syndrome comes up. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that car. That's too big of a car. You just trying to be like them. And every time, I lie not, I'm at the editing bay because, remember, I'm the production company and I was a producer. So I'm at the editing bay working with an editor. And in my mind, I'm saying, I deserve this car. This car belongs to me. I had to talk my consciousness to the level it needed to be to manifest it. I'm telling y'all, I know some of y'all know my story, but I'm not going to be here long because I've been here before and I got out through my consciousness and I'm going to where I'm going now through that same consciousness. And I talked myself through. Navy Federal called me and said, no. I said, huh? I said, oh, no. Jesus Christ. So I called the people back. They said, Mr. Hill, just let us run it. I said, fine, run it. It was like, 30 minutes later, they said, Mr. Hill, come pick up your car. I was like, huh? Like, yeah, pick up the car. Oh my God. I picked up that car. My consciousness up. Why? Not because it was the high rise of the car. It was the energy that I was using to create it that was shooting my car. By the time I got that car, I was done. My regular my bankruptcy car payment was $348 a month. That Mercedes car payment was $800 something a month. Crazy. Never missed a car payment ever. Not have to, I'm gonna be late, nothing. Never missed it. Why? Because I created it by spirit and it was kept by spirit. I hope y'all are hearing me. Hey, Tarsha, I'm looking forward to interviewing tomorrow. I got a very special episode of Spirituality and Sexuality. Tarsha Global is going to be talking about sex magic. Y'all do not want to miss that. It's episode 4, 2 weeks from now, all right? Looking forward to talking to you tomorrow, Tarsha. Bought that Mercedes. No. Now, it can be messy, but I'm not going to be messy right now about that Mercedes. I bought that Mercedes. And now, mind you, and I want to say this for all of y'all that's watching, everything I got was my money, not nobody's money but mine. Nobody's money but my money, all right? I want to be clear. Everything I've said was bought by me. Just put that out there. Okay? Now, I'm at my parents' house in July, okay? I'm almost done. Thank you, Cool Breeze. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. I'm at my parents' house in July, and now I'm on Zillow looking at houses, and I think I'm ready to start something new. I did a documentary about entrepreneurs, and I interviewed a real estate agent. I called her and said, listen, I want to real estate invest. This lady said to me, I will mentor you once a week on Thursdays for free, and then I'll help you invest in your first home. I said, say less. I was in it. By the time, because I'm a quick learner. About 2 months in, I said, I'm resigning from my job. She said, we're going to buy our first house in October. So you'll have it sold by December. I said, I'm resigning. I'm done. I'm not staying here. What? Why? These consciousness shifts got me feeling myself now. It got me believing differently. I also lost about 40 or 50 pounds because I was meditating one day and God said, get ready for the new. And I hired a personal trainer. I'm telling you, don't tell me you pray all the time, you fast all the time, you meditate all the time, and God's not talking to you about your natural life. At any rate, that lady said, don't resign for your job. It's too fast. I'm resigning. Because at this point, I'm not scared now. Okay? Now, and mind you, my life has been on the incline consistently since that high rise 2020. I'm going up. That lady worked with me, y'all. I'm going to slow down and tell this a little bit. What time is it? I got to hurry up. That lady worked with me. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And right when it's time to buy a house in October, she got missing. Now, I said to myself, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll just do it myself. So I called some realtor friends. I said, I need y'all to partner with me so we can buy these houses. Y'all, I got every house under the sun up under contract, and something would go wrong and it would fall. And something would go wrong and it would fall. But I don't care because I know me. I believe in me. I'm not going to fail. Right? So now November come and that's right, Daryl. And Daryl, here's the thing, Daryl Moore. I'm about to tell you about y'all ain't seen no setbacks yet. Because remember the incline? Oh, there's a decline coming. Decline coming. Thank you, Lamont. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. So now, November, I turn in my resignation. December the 1st, I turn in my resignation to AIB Network because I got about 3 or 4 houses under contract. Right? Now, here is where the past comes in. If you guys know what the past is, don't make me say it. You know I will. Well, saying, hey, I want you to do a music video for me. Okay? Now, I'm headstrong. I got some houses under contract in Texas, a house under contract in North Carolina. I'm like, I ain't got time for no music video, but I'll do it because it was my way of saying, let's, let bygones be bygones. Let's try to make this right again. All the house stuff falls through. I lost every house. At this point, I'm not going to turn back because I feel like it's time for me to leave AIB because your life should be shifting. My vibration was now above the whole AIB thing. It's time for me to go. Y'all, I was like 10 days away from my last day at AIB, hadn't sold one house and did not know how I was going to make money. And you would have never known it. Why? I'm following something bigger than me. Guess what? Belief, belief, belief. We get to January 1, and then the past say, hey, I'll put you on contract to do all this work for me. Mm-mm-mm. Now, I had some people then saying, are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? I was following my heart. But that was the beginning, y'all, to the end so that I could get a new beginning. Because it was like I was doing so well. And my life said, you got something to work on. And it was like I had to go back from the place I left in 2018 because that's where my belief got stolen. I had to go back to the place where my belief was stolen, go back in there, get back up under the contract, get back up under the authority, go get my belief, right? In that process, I started making a lot of money. I had to then I was making about $12,000 to $14,000 a month between the money I was making over there with Larry and them and other clients. Are y'all hearing me? That could have happened. But those fake moves I had made before that had built something in me. And one time we had got into this tidbit. He was like, well, I'll fire you. I'll fire you. I said, well, fire me then. Fire me. Sent me an email telling me I'm fired. I got the email. It said to give me one more month. I said, now, what am I going to do now? And my belly said, be still. Why? I had built a belief in me and that I am not going to fail. Hannah. Hey, I'm not going to fail. I tell you what, somebody need to put in the comments, I will not fail. Lord have mercy. So then we made I called back about a month later, made the agreement that he would pay me the monthly money. All right. Then I was tried again by July. Will I bow to the money or will I stay in the place that I had created called belief? And I chose not to bow to the money. And let me tell y'all this. I need the spiritual people to hear me because I got something to say. You would have thought that by me not bowing to the money, that I would have turned my back on it and all of these blessings would have hit me. It was the opposite. Not a dime came through. And I had to start, I was substitute teaching, contracting at a church, and doing consultations. And sometimes I didn't know where that same $600 payment that was easy to make on that Mercedes, hard to make. Never missed a payment though. I was scraping. It was like God said, I'm going to see. Now, I don't believe in spiritual gaslighting, but it was like God said, I'm going to see if you really real or not. I turned my back. I put my face on the wall. I worked my behind off. And then let me tell you what I did. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I scream. It is what it is. I said to myself, I was by the lake meditating. And it's like I had a conversation with me. It's like I stood up out of me and looked at me. Vincent, are you an entrepreneur? I said, yes. I said, yes. My feelings was hurt. I never thought my friend would do me like he did me. Well, I thought he was my friend at least. Never thought he would do that to me. And I'm not even getting into the particulars. Just go with the story because it's not about that right now. Are you an entrepreneur? I said, yes. And it's like my spirit rebuked me. Get to work. I got up off that bench and I got to work. And I kept them lights on, that rent paid the entire time. And then come October the 16th, I was telling who I thought was a friend at the time, I said, I need to find out, am I good or did I always need people to help me? October the 16th, thank you, I will not fail. October the 16th, 2022, I said to my therapist, I'm going to go live every single day until I monetize. I went live on October the 16th, 2022. It was two people on, Carolyn Crispo and Bernard Holman. And every single day I went live, y'all. And I talked to Carolyn and Bernard like it was 2,000 people on there. And I talked about I started off with politics and I was like, this is boring. Then I started off with hot topics. I'm like, this is boring. And then I started talking about sports and all of a sudden my numbers shot up and people were subscribing. And I was like, oh my God. And it was like my channel took off in December. And I was like, okay, it's happening. It's happening. And out of nowhere, it said, burp, everything stopped. I said, oh my God, I've been doing these lives for 2 months straight. I need a break. And things went slow again, out of nowhere. But I had to believe in myself. Then April hit. Are y'all enjoying this? April hit, and I had a falling out with some people I thought were some close friends. And let me tell you what happened. At that point, it was like my breaking point. I said, you know what? People gonna people anyway, so let me be true to myself. I said, you know what? Bump this politics on this day and hot topics on this day. I'm gonna just show up as me. I am going to talk about spirituality and consciousness, and I don't care what nobody got to say, because everybody got something to say, because I left the Christian church and everybody else, whose God you serving, and this, and you gay, and you this, and it made me afraid to be spiritual in front of people because I didn't want people talking about me. But at the time, that as good as a person I was, I still couldn't please my friends. I wasn't holy enough for my friends. And I ain't talking about the past, I'm talking about some friends I made after that. I said, forget it. I'm just going to be me because they're going to talk about me anyway. I want y'all to hear me. The day I decided to do that, audience, I started attracting about 12 to 15 people consistently when I couldn't break 5. And some of those people are still in my private community to this day. Why? The universe was waiting for me to get in front of this camera and show up as me. Lord have mercy, but I'm not done yet. So then, now let's go back to January, because that's April. January, the past comes back to me. I never forgot it because, y'all, I'm in the struggle. I'm working my behind off, going live every day on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Every day I'm going live. I'm nowhere near the finish line, and then here comes the past. Hey, I want to give you your money. Can I come by? Y'all, I remember getting into that Porsche. And when I got into that Porsche, it was like the spirits of spirits was talking to me at one time. You missed this, don't you? Don't you want this money? Don't you want to get back to this life? Don't you want to go to Miami to Brickell where they always go? Don't you want this? It was like voices. And I remember saying to myself, don't fall for it, Vincent. If I could show y'all the recording, it's not about the message. I'm trying to tell my story. You were hearing the recording, that 2.5 hour recording, where I was telling him, I can't go on the trips no more. I can't do it. I gotta focus on my thing. What he didn't know was it was like every unclean spirit in Midtown Atlanta was saying, do it. Don't you miss this. Ain't it comfortable? Feel this, feel that. I'm telling you the truth. I got out that car. You'll hear it in the recording if I hit it. I sat on my couch and said, and then I had to fight the urge to bite the sweet bait of comfortability. Because I knew no matter how much I was struggling, all I had to do was make a phone call and all of my troubles would have went away. And I said no. Lord, I hope y'all, God, please let the right people hear this. I hope to God somebody's getting this, y'all. What time is it? Safe space. Those of y'all that's watching, bear with me. We're going to get to conscious culture. So now he starts paying me $5,000 a month. All right. So now with an extra $5,000 a month, that was money that was owed to me that he cheated me out of in 2022. No hush money, nothing like that. Well, at the time, I didn't think it was hush money, but I see how it was done. It was covertly done. So now things are good for me now, because January, February, March, I was making about $4,000 a month between substituting and the church and the consultations. Now I'm making about $9,000 a month. And my channel is growing to the point, now I'm monetized. But in April, it was, you remember, vibrations and shifts, right? Vibrations and shifts. I hope y'all haven't forgot. April, I'm at the church, and it's like the Spirit says, your time is up at the church. I said, sure, I'm done. I'm not going to say how much the church was paying me, only because, that's nobody's business. Well, and this last contract, it was a nice contract though. Life Church has always been good to me. And and so now I lost a significant amount of money a month, but that's okay because I'm still making decent money. What I didn't think about was April, I left the church contract. May, remember I was substituting, was the last year of school, last month of school. June was the last full payment of Larry. So now I'm going to look up and there ain't no money going to be coming in July. And I'm like, oh my God, I've done it again. Now I'm anxious. I'm having anxiety. So I called my brother, who's a big shot CPA in DC. He works for one of the top 4 CPA firms in America. I call him. I say, hey, I need a resume because I need to get me a corporate marketing job because I will not be broke again. That was the plan. I remember going to Atlantic Station. I used to go to Atlantic Station and read, and I was reading a book about spirituality, about spiritual, what's the naming? I forget the name of it. And it said, never plan to fail. If you plan to fail, you will attract failure to your life. When I read those words, I understood, remember this, watch this, me going to get the corporate marketing job, which I could have gotten easily because of my resume, was a fear move again. I stopped building the resume and I said, I don't know how it's going to happen, but God's going to supply my need because I'm supposed to be working in content creation. I'm following my authenticity. All right. Okay, Thomas, with your permission, I'll do that since you're the host of the Conscious Culture. So then now it's May and now we're almost to June. Matter of fact, the last week in June, matter of fact, it was Thomas who came to visit me in Atlanta. Thomas was coming that Friday, and I had erased I have a board with chalk on it, and I had erased my board, and I started writing down my goals for the third quarter. The third quarter. Mind you, I didn't have money for the third quarter, but I started writing the vision. When I started writing the vision, it was like the veil came off my eyes and said, ask this person for this and you'll get it. And immediately I was like, why didn't I think about this in January? I asked them for it and got the money in a week and a half. It came to the sum of $34,000. I made a plan. By the time I get to December, I would have been making money with my private community and YouTube. Because if you know about me, when I'm making my mind, I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Now, mind you, I done told the devil no. His money will be gone, the buck of it in June. I'm not at the church anymore and school's going to be out. And here comes my blessing. So now you can't tell me nothing now. Woo! You can't tell me nothing. I'm like, see, I told the devil no, and I'm going to be all right. And ain't nothing going to come my way. You can't beat me. You can't beat me. What? Oh, y'all should have saw me. You couldn't tell me nothing, y'all. So then July come, I'm happy. And then here we go again. I have a prophecy session. I'm going to call it prophecy session because I don't want y'all to get distracted. And the prophet said to me, you are tired. You're burnt out. You need to stop, rest. She said, rest, talk, and grieve. I said to her, well, it's funny you would say that because I have no passion for the public platform. The only thing I feel like doing is ministering to the people in my private community. And mind you, I had the private community, but no one knew it existed because it was exclusive to the people who signed up first, and I wasn't going to open it up till later. She said, if that's what you feel passionate about, do it. Lord. I said, now, hold on. But if I don't work, I'm not going to make no money. She said, you're going to be okay. But if you don't stop right now, by the time you get to February, you're going to regret it. She said, I see your platform growing in February and it's going to take off in April. But if you don't stop right now, you're going to regret it. And I listened to the voice of the prophet because it was aligned with what was in my heart. And every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, where people thought I was missing and gone and gave up on social media, I was inside a safe space prophesying and teaching and praying over about 10 people the whole time. From June 2023, all the way until we opened back up October 2023. I was pouring into the people. I gave them my private number. They was able to text me. I would drop what I was doing, consult with them at any time. I spent time with them. I would meet them in different cities. I was dedicated to those 10 people because that was the only thing in my heart. My money was starting to get funny around August, September, but there were people that would just send me money and put money in my pocket, just like the prophet said would happen. I said, I'm going to believe God. Now it's time for me to go on vacation. I had found a business loan company that could have gave me a business loan. I applied for it. Everybody said no. Now, mind you, I'm the man of good luck and fortune. As y'all can see, everything always works out for me. So there's nothing in my mind that said it's not going to work out because I'm being obedient to God, right? Because if you're obedient, it's supposed to work out. Everybody was saying no. I got so desperate, I started breaking the rules a little bit and inflating numbers for the loan people because I'm thinking somebody got to say yes or I'm out. And they still said no. I called my parents. I said, these people telling me no. And my parents and I agreed that nobody never just tells Vincent Terrell he'll know. I am really a man of good luck and fortune. I never am down and out. So we just knew it was going to work. And it was no. Now I'm having to swipe credit cards that were all paid off to pay rent and this. And I'm thinking, now, God, now you told me. Then I went on vacation. Now, I shouldn't have gone on vacation, but I had already paid for the vacation. So I went. Got back home. And on top of the people saying no, I got COVID. But I got a bad case of COVID. I'm talking about a bad case of COVID. I was on my back for like 14 days. And then another 14 days, about 7 days of COVID fatigue. I was out for 21 days straight. Out. And at that time, y'all, it was like, God, are you playing in my face? But something was happening. It was like when I was down for COVID, it was like God was saying, I am about to cleanse you. I'm about to do something in you, Vincent Terrell Hill, that can nobody own or put their finger on. And I was on my back on the couch. I could hardly move. And all the thing I could do was think. And all I was just think positive. And it was like God was taking the past out of me. He was breaking soul ties and getting darkness out of me. I got up off that COVID bed a new man, but I still had old bills. And I remember the guy that was supposed to be my second hand, that bastard. Sorry if you're watching, but I just had to call you a bastard because you really made me mad in December. But anyway, that bastard was like, well, what you gonna do? You know I love you, but you owe me a phone call, and you know you do because that ain't right. Anyway, he said, what you gonna do? I said, I don't know. He said, well, do you know how you're gonna pay your rent? I said, I don't know. He said, so one day we was on FaceTime. He's like, you should have never left the public platform, and you should have never did that, and you should have never, no. And I didn't have the strength to say, have you lost your mind? I'm here walking in faith. You're supposed to be helping me, faith partnering with me. I told him the next day. Let me tell y'all what happened with me, y'all. I was supposed to have got kicked out of that townhouse in October the 4th. October the 15th, I didn't hear from my landlord. September, I didn't hear from my landlord. No, I went back. November, I didn't hear from my landlord. December, I didn't hear from my landlord. All October, November, December, nothing. I was on pins and needles every day. The bottom was going to drop. Now, the lady is crazy. Becky Blaylock is a nut. But it was like God was saying, pause and have faith. And so what did I do? I kept on being faithful to what I was called to do. January hits. Lord have mercy. Now, mind you, I'm thinking, okay, I got to get to February. Because the prophet said that my platform is going to expand in February. Just hold the fort to February. Just hold the fort because my platform is going to expand. And if Becky can wait to February, I'm going to be able to give her some money. I forget what day in January I was in therapy and I was trying to show my therapist something. And here comes Becky with a text message. And y'all, I got mad at God. I got frustrated. I said, you got me here. I was following your flow. You were supposed to hold that lady until I got the money. Why am I here? And I remember being on my bed and a friend, matter of fact, I think he's mad at me right now, but we'll work on that later. My friend, I tell you what, boy, I keep people mad at me. My friend said to me, because I was saying, I can't believe this. I'm losing everything. And my friend said, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are you losing? I said, I'm losing this townhouse. I'm losing this. I'm losing that. And people gonna laugh at me. He said, I forgot what he said, but it was something to the fact of, do you know who you are? You can't judge yourself by houses and cars. I was being pruned from that spirit. I was being challenged to see if I was going to fold or not. Then my mom called me the next day. Have you lost your mind? You know you can get another house, you can get another car. And it was God was using them to tell me the one thing I cannot lose is that part of me that believes. Now, why is this important? Because y'all are going to see me blow up and because I'm not even done yet. Y'all are going to see me blow up, and I want y'all to remember this so that you can be encouraged. Keep your foot on the gas pedal. I don't care nothing about the ups and downs and how crazy you look and how senile you look and what they say and how they say it. It do not matter, because if you keep on believing, your life will prove them wrong. Lord, have mercy. I give you praise, God. Whew, I feel like I'm in my private community. Let me calm down, because I feel that. I'm telling you, there's somebody you are feeding off of this message because you keep on going, but you feel crazy for keep on going. You are not crazy. You are directly headed to where you're supposed to go. So let me keep on going. So now I know I got a little time because the court systems haven't served me, though I know they're about to serve me. Whew. Then they serve me. I respond to the service, which means I'm buying time. Now we're in, hey, Dom the Gamer, how you doing? I love you, man. Now we're in February. We're doing the abuse series. Now remember what the prophet said to me. The prophet said, your platform is going to grow in February and take off in April. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm in February now. I don't care what happened. And I wake up one day and I say, Vincent, what's wrong with you? Get out this lady house. Get out. You are stuck trying to hold on to something that is dead. Leave that lady house. I called my parents. I said, I'm coming home. They said, when? I said, February the 15th. I set up the movers. I set up the movers. I got everything planned. I got a storage unit. I was going to be moving by February the 15th. By Friday the 16th, I'd be on my way to North Carolina. Lord have mercy. I woke up Monday. Hey, everything was normal. I woke up Tuesday. I told the producer, I said, I think we got to do that video. The producer was like, no, because I might as well talk plain. When we were doing the abuse series, we were never supposed to do that video on Larry Reed. We had made one rule and one rule only. If Larry saw the abuse series and got in his head that I was talking about him, kill him. So we prepared everything to strike if he struck first. But something in my spirit said, go. And I said, now, hold on. Go? I called the producer. He was like, no. I was like, I agree, but go. We went back and forth about 30 minutes and we came on one accord. Then we called our prophet and we said, prophet, what should we do? And the prophet said, go. Now I want y'all to watch this, y'all. I want y'all to listen to me. We started scripting it on Tuesday night. We were supposed to release it at 7:30 Wednesday night, February the 14th. We ran into all kind of trouble and warfare getting that video. We started that video at 4 p.m. and did not finish it to around 8:30 a.m. What? The 15th of February. I set the date to move, and then God was like, okay, you finally gave up. Now, now you released. I was going through a process the whole time. I put that video out. I no lie to y'all. We stayed up all night. I hit submit on that video. I got up and started packing my house because the movers were coming. So while everybody was calling me and texting me, I was literally moving at the same time. You think I'm done? I'm not done yet. No, nowhere near done. I had picked out, now my money is still funny. A client called me and was like, we want you to work for us. They paid me a year's salary in one check right before the 15th. I said, thank you, Jesus. I can move to North Carolina, breathe a little bit. I'm going to be all right. I had the cash in an envelope. Y'all, I lost the money. I lost the money. Then the prophecy came to pass. All of the views and subscribers I'm getting now, because y'all remember, I followed God and came off the public platform. The amount of subscribers and viewers I got in one video would have taken me from June up into that video to do it. When you follow your heart, you'll make a 3-day journey in one day. What would have taken me 8 months to do, I did in one video. So I'm like, oh my God, okay. I did the video. I've obeyed God. My life is going to be great. I lose the money. So you remember that up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Now I'm in North Carolina with no money. And now the commentators are talking. Everybody's trying to figure out what's his angle. He got paid off by TD Jakes. He got paid off by this. He got paid off of the. And I'm like, these niggas are crazy. y'all don't see the truth if it slapped you in the face. Then what I didn't take into account of was by releasing that video, that means I was going to have to release 16 years of trauma. And now I got the momentum of my public platform that's going really well, but now I got to deal with the hole that all of that trauma was sitting in the whole time. Lord have mercy. Imagine in one video unplugging 16 years worth of trauma and giving it to people. And then I went out of my mind in North Carolina. But I didn't take my foot off the gas. Now I'm slowly but surely getting my breath back. The money ain't where it should be, but we're picking up clients. And by the way, if you need a branding consultation, click the link in the video description box and link, set up a branding consultation. I promise you, we'll make your life better. I'll set your business up. I'll give you a website, logo, you'll change your whole life. And now I feel myself getting into my jush now. I feel my power coming back. But guess what? Everybody around me, after it's all said and done, is looking at me like, are you crazy? And the answer is, yes, I am. I remember when I lost my mind. Something so special about that place. And I want to encourage the risk takers out there. I'm about to go. I want to encourage you that are risk takers. I want to encourage you that you're doing things and it's like 2 people are watching. Don't you let nobody stop you from going live. Don't you let nobody stop you from posting. You keep right on. You follow your heart. If you keep going, you're going to get to where you're trying to go. Because I want y'all to mark this day. Because what's about to happen, what is happening for me right now is going to prove, not to the I don't know about to say about the gossipers. That I've proven them wrong because I'm still here. So one person said, oh, fat. Anyway, one person said, don't do it, Vincent. One person said, oh, he's not going to make it. He's just going to have his 2 minutes of fame. And it was funny because I had just got on YouTube. It was at the height of my depression because it was the height of what was going on around me. As a matter of fact, not even depression. I hadn't even moved out the house yet. It was like that Saturday. And I just said, let me take a break, go on, you'll see what YouTube is saying. I clicked it. As soon as I click it, the person said, oh, he's not going to make it. I can see why Larry didn't want him on his platform. And those words hit a dagger in my soul. And I sat down and I said, Vincent, were you being authentic? I said, yeah. Are you proud of yourself? I said, yeah. Is this guy worth it? I said, no. I said, all right. Literally, I said, all right, get up, keep going. I save I text that video to myself. I'm going to save that video. And when God get through shaking and baking and ranking with me, I'm going to send that person that video and say, eat this. You were wrong about me. You were wrong the whole time. Why? Because this journey didn't start February the 15th when some of y'all realized I was here. This journey started February. Oh my God. Oh, hold on. February 2018. Whoa. I got to check the date I moved into that apartment because I moved to that apartment. I left Larry Reed February 2018. The journey, that chapter of my life closed February 2024. 6 years of ups and downs and finding myself and figuring it out to finally release myself to the place I should have been all that time. All right, if you have enjoyed this, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for coming on. I love you guys for coming on. I'm going to say this real quick, and then I got to go figure out what we're going to do about conscious culture in the private community. There's a Linktree link inside of the video description box of this video. All right. It gives you opportunity to sign up for a consultation. You can either do a soul healing consultation or a business and branding consultation. If you've never had one, they are free. Okay. They're absolutely free. I promise you, either one will change your life. All right. It gives you the ability to sign up to my email community. There's also information on how to text my text club so you can be notified when I go live and send out content. And I release content every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of the week. I release content. All right. It also gives you the link to join my private community. It's free for 7 days. Now, we release new content in the private community at least 2 to 3 times a week. No, at least 3 times a week. Every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday, new video content is inside of the private community. On Thursdays, every Thursday is a different subject, a different title. First Thursdays is prophetic leading. I give the prophetic word for April for the first of the month. Second Thursdays is how to, is practical teaching. Third Thursdays, I cut up, I gossip, I say anything come to my mind. Fourth Thursdays is soul healing. And fifth Thursday is sort of intimate, vulnerable talk, all right? Every second and fourth Wednesday inside of the private community is conscious culture. It's a community conversation led by the community. Thomas leads that. Oh, yes, John, please watch the replay. You'll enjoy it, John. You'll enjoy it. That every Saturday at 8:30 in the morning is a Pentecostal style prophetic prayer. Every Saturday, 8:30 in the morning. Every Monday, I do a recap video of the prayer. You can also DM me, ask me any question, talk to me inside of the DMs, inside of the app. I'm telling you, all of that is in that app, 7 days free, and then $10 a month. All of that. If you got a question for me, you're like, how can I reach him? Join the private community and DM me. I respond to those DMs almost immediately. If I'm busy, at least a day after it. All of that inside the private community. I love you guys. I'm going to run this quick commercial. Oh, I'm moving too fast. Thank you. You're welcome, Angela Smith. I live to share my life. I hate I went through what I went through, but because I've gone through it, I might as well use it for something good, and that is helping somebody else. If at least hundreds of people are going to see this, so if at least 50 people is encouraged to keep on going, then I'm all right. I'm all right. All right. I'm gone. Be blessed. You know what? Let me do this real quick because I really be missing money. If you were moved by this and you really want to support, because I'm out here. I didn't get, hey, listen, I know people they wanted the TD Jakes. TD Jakes didn't pay me, okay? If TD Jakes paid me, y'all would know it. I would have a gold cap in my tooth. I'm still out here by faith. If you were moved, the $ is my Cash App. That email address is my PayPal and Zelle. God bless you. Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to, you are motivating some. Thank you, Cool Breeze. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Awesome video. Thank you, Walt. Thank you for always supporting. All right. I'm going to run this quick commercial and then I will see you. What's today? Wednesday, right? I'm thinking I'm going to do a release on Thursday because I didn't upload a video on Monday. But if not, I'll see you guys next Monday. Be blessed. Bye. Love you, Terry. Thank you for supporting, Terry. I appreciate you.
All right, I'm out of here because I don't have a producer, so I got to get it set up myself. Well, I have a producer, but not today. Be blessed. Bye.
I would love for you to join our email community. In the description box of this video is a link. You click it, put your name and email address in the information, press submit, and you are going to be a part of our email community. But guess what? You got to check your spam box because there's a double opt-in. So you got to confirm that you truly meant to sign up. Would you like to be notified every time we go live? There's a simple way to do that. Join our free text club. All you got to do is text V Terrell Hill to this number, 833-458-3658. You just text it. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. All right, this is the last announcement, and then we're going back to the content. I am gifted to help people become their best self, and I want to offer you a free consultation. There has never been one person that has had a free consultation with me that did not leave better than when they came, all right? All of that information I just went over is in the description box connected to this video. All right, let's get back to the content.